To further compound the challenges facing education today, many teachers lack the necessary skills and preparation to effectively manage the disciplinary and behavioral problems that increasingly arise in modern classrooms. This deficiency represents a significant issue within today's educational environment, as few teachers feel adequately equipped to address these concerns. Teacher preparation programs typically emphasize the history of education, instructional methodology, educational theory, and classroom practice. However, very little time is devoted to training future educators on how to manage behavioral difficulties and address emotionally or socially troubled students. Teaching theory and methodology alone offer minimal assistance when a teacher is confronted with a disruptive, distressed, or misbehaving child. As a result, both beginning and experienced teachers frequently report that they do not know how to appropriately respond to or manage problem behaviors in the classroom. Many educators are unprepared to teach and manage today's students, leading to feelings of apathy, frustration, and emotional exhaustion within the profession. Teachers are often overwhelmed by bureaucratic demands, administrative responsibilities, and social challenges that extend beyond academic instruction. Consequently, the profession becomes increasingly demanding and discouraging. For many teachers, education has lost its sense of purpose and fulfillment, replaced instead by stress and dissatisfaction. These factors help explain why experienced teachers often choose not to change grade levels throughout their careers. When tenured teachers are asked which grade they would prefer to teach in the following year, they frequently select the same grade they have taught previously. As a result, many educators remain at the same grade level year after year. Over time, instructional materials, lesson plans, and curricula often remain unchanged. Lessons become repetitive, and teachers continue using the same materials, instructional strategies, and teaching styles they employed in previous years. Educational objectives and goals remain static, despite changes in student populations. Although each new class brings a different group dynamic and varying student needs, the teacher's instructional approach often remains unchanged. As a result, if students fail to learn foundational skills, such as reading, in the first grade, it is likely that future students taught by the same teacher may experience similar difficulties. This cycle can persist year after year with little intervention or improvement, unless the teacher chooses to retire or leave the profession. It is important to acknowledge that responsibility cannot be placed solely on teachers. A second critical factor is the student. Today's students present unique challenges that significantly impact teaching and learning. As previously discussed, today's students face a wide range of physical, emotional, familial, peer-related, and social issues. These challenges distinguish today's learners from those of previous generations, making it evident that traditional teaching approaches must evolve to meet their needs. Although children have always encountered obstacles and challenges, many students today lack the emotional skills needed to manage these difficulties. As a result, they often arrive at school unprepared to meet academic demands. Many children struggle to understand the purpose of learning and show little interest in subjects such as history, science, or mathematics, unless the material is directly connected to their daily lives. Some students come to school hungry, unbathed, or suffering from physical or emotional abuse or neglect. Their thoughts are focused on meeting basic physical and emotional needs, leaving little capacity to concentrate on assignments or homework. These children are often unreceptive to teacher expectations because they are not psychologically or physically ready to engage in learning. Adolescents in secondary school face additional challenges that differ from those of younger children. During this stage of development, youth grapple with issues of identity, self-image, belonging, and peer acceptance. These concerns can dominate their thoughts and consume much of their emotional energy, leaving little attention for academic responsibilities. Furthermore, adolescents face expectations from parents, teachers, relatives, and school administrators to behave responsibly, demonstrate maturity, and focus on their education and future goals. They are expected not only to manage their emotional struggles, but also to meet the demands of society at large. Only after youth feel emotionally and physically secure can they effectively focus on academic learning. The final factor influencing student success is the role of the parent. Many parents struggle to understand or meet their children's needs due to the pressures of work, relationships, and other responsibilities. These competing demands often leave parents with limited time and emotional energy to devote to their children. Parental involvement, or lack thereof, significantly impacts a child's development and educational success. Additionally, many parents today are unprepared to raise and educate their children effectively. While parents generally have positive aspirations for their children's futures, they often lack accurate information about child development and effective parenting practices. Many parents hold misconceptions about their roles and responsibilities, limiting their ability to support their children's growth and well-being. Parents typically raise their children according to their own moral beliefs and values, which are shaped by their upbringing. If parents were raised in unstable environments characterized by broken families, poor communication, or lack of discipline, they may unintentionally recreate these conditions in their own households. In this way, Ineffective parenting practices are passed from one generation to the next. Conflicting parental beliefs further complicate child rearing. Parents often disagree on issues such as curfews, clothing, peer relationships, media exposure, and moral values. When parents fail to present a unified approach, children become confused about acceptable behavior and ethical standards. Moreover, many parents face personal struggles such as divorce, unemployment, domestic conflict, financial hardship, or substance abuse. These challenges can overwhelm parents, leaving them emotionally unavailable to support their children. It is difficult for troubled parents to guide their children effectively when they themselves are experiencing similar difficulties. As a result, many parents prioritize their own needs over those of their children. Parental involvement in education is often minimal. Parents may rarely discuss school activities, assist with homework, attend school functions, or participate in parent-teacher conferences. Some parents never visit their child's classroom or monitor academic progress. This lack of engagement communicates to children that education is not a priority. Such attitudes deprive students of the attention, encouragement, and reinforcement they need to succeed. Parents often fail to recognize their essential role in the educational process, both at home and at school. This neglect signals to children that other concerns take precedence over learning. Both teachers and parents play vital roles in a child's education. Education begins in the home, where parents are responsible for meeting a child's basic, emotional, and physical needs, including love, trust, security, and belonging. Parents are also responsible for teaching moral values and character. Without these foundational supports, children are unlikely to function effectively in a school environment. Schools, in turn, are responsible for addressing a child's intellectual needs by providing knowledge and skills that prepare them to become productive members of society. A strong education begins at home and is reinforced through sustained support from schools over many years. Unfortunately, many parents do not adequately prepare their children for school. As a result, many children enter school lacking basic language, motor, and social skills. Some struggle with cooperation, sharing, and peer interaction due to limited socialization at home. These deficits often stem from impoverished or unstable environments that fail to foster healthy development. In many cases, parents lack the knowledge or resources to prepare their children for academic success. Inadequate child-rearing practices become part of a recurring cycle, passed down through generations. Parents raise their children based on what they know, often without a clear understanding of effective parenting strategies. Consequently, many children arrive at school with unmet social, emotional, and educational needs. Some lack consistent parental figures and are raised by extended family members. Others experience neglect despite being surrounded by relatives. In response, these children seek emotional fulfillment elsewhere, often outside the structure of home and school, further complicating their educational journey.